Hey, what's up, YouTube? So today we're gonna go ahead and talk about the adaptive cruise control on my 2021 F-150 Lariat. I do have the Ford Copilot 360 Assist 2.0, so I do have some additional features on here. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna show you how I have my cruise control set up, and then we're gonna go on the freeway and actually show you how it works. All right, so stay tuned. Let's go. All right, so first thing I'm gonna go about, so here's how you initiate your cruise control. All right, this is if you wanna go up or down on your speed. This is your lane keep assist button. And then this is the adaptive part of the cruise control where it'll keep the distance from the vehicle. And then once we get on the freeway, I'll show you how that looks on the screen here once we set it up. All right, so on your screen, what we want to do is I'll show you how I have my setup going, and then we can go on the freeway. So you want to go in your features, you want to click on your features button, then you want to go here to driver's assistant. All right, so the first thing you want to go on is cruise control. All right, so do you want normal cruise control or you want adaptive cruise control? So if you click adaptive cruise control, what that's going to do is bring up these other features right here. So you have lane centering, your speed recognition, your speed sign recognition, and then your tolerance. So with the speed sign recognition, what that does is if you're on the freeway or on normal driving, if you have this on, the camera will recognize the speed sign and it'll change your speed automatically. So if let's say you're on the freeway and the speed limit is 75, and then you get into a different area and it changes to 65, the vehicle will recognize that and automatically slow you down to 65. Now, some people may not want that, but if it's something you like, if you want to stay in this at the speed limit, especially if you don't realize that you cross into a different speed zone, then this is a good thing to have. Now, your tolerance, what you can do for that is you can choose when the vehicle slows down or speeds up to meet the speed sign limit. You can choose if you want it to be at the speed limit, below, or above. So right now I have it at 5 miles above the posted speed limit. So if you wanted to, you could just go to the speed limit, whatever it is, and that's it. Or you can say, hey, I want to stay 6 miles below the posted speed. All right, so you can choose that if you want to. All right, and that's that part of it. All right, so then you go back, and then you want to do, if you go to speed limit assist, all right, so what that will do is it'll tell you if you're going too fast above the posted speed limit. All right, then we get to lane keeping system. So first we'll go to lane keeping mode. When you go to that, you can choose when you're doing this to just be alerted. All right, and that's just gonna give you an alert on the screen. It'll look like this, and when we get on the freeway, I'll show you the different lines, but it'll be a truck in between, like right here. If you see right here, it's like a truck with 2 lines. All right, and what that'll do is it'll tell you, hey, you're not in the center. It'll be red or it'll be green, and it'll tell you, hey, you're going outside of your lane, and it's going to alert you. Okay, so it won't do anything. Or you can switch to aid. Aid is when you're driving and you're going outside of the lane, the vehicle will turn you back into the lane. So as you can see right here in this picture, it'll turn yellow on whatever side that you're veering to, and then it'll slightly bring the truck back to center. All right, and the first time you do it, it'll be kind of weird, right? Because if you've never had this feature before, you're gonna be like, hey, the truck is taking control and I don't have any control, and that's kind of weird. But that's what that part is. That's what it's gonna do. It's gonna take control, and you can't do anything. All right, so the next thing you want to do, the next one we have is alert and aid. So with that does both. Okay, so it'll alert you on the screen that you're veering off the center of the lane, and it'll also bring you back into the center of the lane. So it does both for you. Okay, so I brought it up a little bigger on my center on the screen here. So it'll be this, and whichever one you're veering off to, it'll change the color, and then the steering wheel will slightly bring you back into the center of the lane. So with that, what you want to go is the lane keeping intensity. All right, so right now I have mine on high. I mean on normal. I don't want it on high. It does it way too strong. And I just kept it on normal. I haven't tried it in low, but I know high is just too much. So I was like, I'll just keep it in normal. And to me, that's enough aid that it gives. It's not overpowering, and I can still overpower it if I need to. Because what happens is if you don't turn your indicator on, even though you're trying to get off the freeway or get off a road, it thinks you're drifting out of the center of the lane, and it'll try to keep you in. All right, so that's another thing you want to, if you have this system on, you want to make sure that you're using your turn signals if you don't want to get that whole aided thing engaging for you. All right. So next, if you want to, you can do your pre-collision assist. So that is going to give you, it'll brake if it feels like you're not braking in time. If it deems like an accident is about to happen, it'll help you assist in your braking. You can also do your distance indication on if you want to. And what that does is it'll, on your screen, if you see right here, now there's a square in front. And what that does, it'll tell you if a vehicle is getting too close. And essentially it provides it's like a graphical indication, right, of the gap between your vehicle and the vehicle in front of you. So if you want to have that visual aid, it'll help you out right there. All right. So I don't really normally have that on. Again, you have your automatic emergency braking. You have evasive steering. So with the evasive steering, if it feels that you're not turning hard enough to evade that accident, it'll help you. It's like an additional help with steering out of the way fast enough to avoid that vehicle that you're potentially going to crash into or potentially crash into. And then you have your alert sensitivity. If you want to, you can turn it on normal, high, or low. I have mine on normal. And then, like I said, it turns alerts on and support forward collision warning. So with this, when it's on, you'll get a red flashing signal right here in the center, and it has a annoying tone to it, pretty much telling you, hey, a collision is imminent based on your current speed and the vehicle that's in front of you. If their speed significantly decreases, all right, that's gonna start flashing right there, and that's what that's for. All right, and then the rest of the stuff you don't really need for the adaptive cruise control. You have your rear view camera and parking aid, and then your blind spot system if you want to turn that on. All right, you have your cross traffic alert. So that's a very good one, and I'll turn on the description to show you, right? So if you're backing out of the parking spot and you have a vehicle coming over, it'll alert you what side the vehicle is coming from, so you will know, hey, I need to stop because the vehicle coming on my right side, and you can slow down in time. And then your reverse brake assist, if you're going to hit something, a person, a wall or something, if you're going back too fast, it'll engage your brake for you. And then your driver alert, it says notifies you if your vehicle detects that you are inattentive. So, and I'll demonstrate this when we're doing the adaptive cruise control, because another feature of that is if you're driving with the adaptive cruise control on, if you don't keep your hand on the steering wheel and it doesn't sense your hands on the steering wheel, it'll give you alerts saying that, hey, put your hands on the steering wheel. This also too, it can tell if you're drifting. If you're constantly drifting, it'll give you an alert telling you need to pull over. All right, so that's how my vehicle is set up. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go ahead and get on the freeway. I'm going to engage my adaptive cruise control based on the buttons I showed you here, right? And then I will show you the distances, how it works, how it's gonna automatically slow down and speed up once you set these distances, and see if you like it. And then at the end, we'll review it. I'll tell you what I feel about it and the things I like and dislike about it, and we'll go from there. All right, let's go. All right, guys, so here we are on the freeway. It's actually the next day. So when I videotaped this, when I was looking back at it, the whole thing didn't actually record. So I'm doing it again, just from this part. So as you can see right now, I have the driver assistance screen up in the center, so you can see it. And then that little square in front is the distance indicator that we talked about earlier, which is called the one that shows up like the vehicle in front. So you'll see if I'm going pretty fast and the vehicle in front of me slows down, it'll show up like a little vehicle on there. Like right now, you can see the vehicle in front, right? Because I'm going faster than them, so they'll notice that vehicle and put it on there to let me know that there's a vehicle in front of me. I mean, obviously I can see that, but I guess it's just one of the assistants that they have. So on the left and right side, you'll see the green lines. That's part of the aid that you have. So I have the aid and alert on. So I'm not in cruise control yet, but it still comes up if you have it on without the cruise control. So right now I'm in the lane. So if I slightly drift over, it's gonna say I'm drifting, and the steering wheel is gonna try to push me back in the center. All right, now I can still force it over, but only way it won't like try to aid is if I actually put on my indicator, then I can go without any issues. All right, so once I exit onto the freeway up ahead, then I'll go ahead and engage the cruise control, and then I'll show you how that portion works and some of the other features, what comes up on your screen once you engage it, so you can tell if yours is working properly, and when you actually put on your blinker, how it disengages, so you can change lanes. So this does not have the Blue Cruise system, so it's not the autonomous part where it'll change lanes for you and do all that stuff. This doesn't do that. All right, this is just an adaptive cruise control that keeps you in the center of the lane. It will drive the lanes of the road, but if you're on a road that the lanes aren't clear for the camera to see, it won't work properly. All right, so just keep that in mind. All right, I also have the speed limit indicator on, and I have it at 5 miles over the posted speed limit. So right now you can see that it says the speed limit is 65. All right, so I'm gonna go up to 70, and then I'm going to engage adaptive cruise control. All right, so right now adaptive cruise control is on. So first thing you'll see is the oval in the front of the car, right? So that's gonna be the distance I want to keep from the car in front of me. So right now it's on 1. So it'll get closer to the car in front of me. All right, then you'll see the circle around the truck. All right, so the circle is telling you that it's engaged and it's gonna keep you in this lane. All right, if I want to change lanes, I can put that on. The oval is gonna come off, and I change my lane. When I get back into the lane I want to, I turn off my indicator, and then the circle comes back. All right, so that's how that works. And like I said, if there's a car in front of me, it'll slow down. So let me speed up some more so I can get to this car in front of me to show you that this will actually slow down. Now, this vehicle will turn as the road turns, so you just got to keep your hands on the steering wheel because it's going to do all the driving. But it's not autonomous, so don't take your hands off the steering wheel and be like, oh, it's going to drive for me, because you're going to take on that risk. Okay, so just be mindful of that. If you do take your hand off the steering wheel, it will come up alert. So, but before I talk about that, you see the car that came up in front of me. So the truck automatically slowed down because the car in front of me got too close, and then the car left. So then it's speeding back up. All right. So again, we have a car right there. So what I can do is increase the distance that I want my truck to keep from that car. So if I increase it, the truck is going to automatically slow down because I did 3 car lengths away. So it's going to slow down for the car in front of me to speed up, or not speed up, but get further ahead. And then once the sensors realize the car is 4 or 3 car lengths away, then it'll come back to the desired speed. Like if you look under my speedometer, and then you see that indication that popped up, right? So I took my hands off the steering wheel, and it tells you, hey, keep your hand on the steering wheel. Then after a while, if you don't, it's gonna go to red. And then after that, it'll kick you out of cruise control, okay? So just keep that in mind when you're doing that. So I wanna change lanes. The circle goes away, allows me to change over. The car is also gonna slow down. The truck is gonna slow down because there's a car in front of me, and I chose 3 car lengths away. So it's gonna stay at a slow speed until the car in front of me is gone. But you see, as the car in front of me is gone, it's gonna speed back up, right? So what I'm gonna show you guys next, once I turn here, is I'm gonna show you how this feature will actually stop completely if the vehicles in front of you stop. All right, it'll slow down, come to a complete stop, and then once the traffic starts moving again, it'll ask you if you want to continue, and then you hit the continue button or the OK button, and then it will start picking back up speed to get to the actual cruise control speed that you chose. This works in bumper to bumper traffic. This works on the freeway, on the regular streets, right? It does it automatically. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait till I get to a section where there's a couple stoplights. Like, I don't want to do it right here because of how these stoplights are set up, but once we get further down, I'll come back on and then I will show you how it works. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and engage cruise control. Right, I'm gonna set one car length away. And like you see this car in front of me, right? You have your oval and the circle, so cruise control is engaged. All right. And they're gonna have a stoplight coming up around the corner, and I'll show you as the car will automatically slow down and come to a complete stop. Now, as you can tell, my hands is not on the steering wheel, right? And it's turning around this corner by itself, okay? I'm not advising anybody to do that. I was just showing you that it can. But as you saw earlier, it will give you an alert to put your hand back on the steering wheel. It will give you a warning, and then it will just take it out of cruise control. So just keep that in mind. So we're coming up. Now, last time I tried to do this, like I said, the video was messed up, but it took me a while to find a light because all my lights was turning green. But it looks like, so as you can see, this one is red. So my foot's not on the brake. The truck is gonna automatically start slowing down. You see? Slowing down because of traffic in front of me. slowing down, slowing down. Now the light turned green, so it won't come to a complete stop maybe, but we'll see. Slowing down, and then the traffic starts moving. It didn't come to a complete stop, but it just speed back up. My foot is not on the gas or the brake. It does this all by itself, okay? But I want it to come to a complete stop so I can show you what comes up on the screen when it actually comes to a complete stop. If I can find a red light, because this looks my luck again today, I'm getting all the green. But every other time I'm driving this road, it's red light after red light. We'll see. If I start coming up to a red, I will cut the video back on, and I will show you then. But actually, unless I'm coming up to one right now, so we'll see how that goes. All right, it starts slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. Nope, it turned green again. Oh my God. All right, there's one more light up here. Hopefully it turns red before I go through it. Yep, it's gonna stay green, guys. All right, I'll come back. All right, so the light ahead, as you can see, the truck is slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. The vehicle right there, and it comes to a complete stop. So now, like I said, it's going to be a complete stop, and then you see the stop popped up on your screen. Okay, so once the light turns green again, you're going to get an indication to, do you want to keep going? And when you acknowledge that indication, then the vehicle will start accelerating on its own based on the distance you have on the vehicle in front of you. Okay, so it's not going to just speed up right away. All right, but I wanted to show you that part where you don't actually have to just keep pressing the brake and gas in traffic if you have your cruise control engaged. All right, it'll do all of that stuff for you. All right, even if you don't have the cruise control engaged, it does have the stop-go technology on this vehicle as well. But the light is green, the vehicle starts going, and it says, do you want to resume? I hit the resume button, and it starts going. All right, so this is your resume button right here if you're on cruise control. All right, and then that's it. So now we're going to talk about my thoughts on how I feel about it. All right, so what are my thoughts on the adaptive cruise control for my Ford F-150? Overall, I like all the features that the truck has, all the safety features that is available compared to my last vehicle and my wife's current vehicle, the Dodge Durango and the Ford Explorer. Top notch, right? I love the peace of mind, or somewhat peace of mind, it gives you, knowing that if you're on a long road trip, that you can have these features on your vehicle to where when you get to your destination, you're not fatigued. Okay, because driving from, California to Alabama, where my wife is from, that was a long drive. All right, and having to have your foot on the pedal the entire time, or pressing the brake when you're in traffic, that just, a lot of fatigue on your body. Okay, now with these features, it allows you to not have to do that all the time. So that's the great part about it. What I would say though is having these features should not be, as a driver, should not be it shouldn't be a crutch in a sense, right? Don't let all these features distract you from the fact that you're still driving a vehicle, right? And you don't want to, forget that and allow these systems to take over and you're not paying attention to what's happening. Even when I was demonstrating, that the vehicle was going to stop, I still had my foot close enough to where if the truck didn't break, that I would still be able to press the brakes, okay? Because at the end of the day, these systems can malfunction, right? And the excuse of, well, I had adaptive cruise control on and it didn't break, it's not my fault, okay? You can't use that. So just make sure that you're understanding that even though that you have these features engaged, you're still the driver and you still need to be accountable for that stuff, all right? But overall, I really like it. But for those of you that are waiting for your truck, or if you have your truck already and you have used this, how do you tell me in the comment section below, how do you feel about it? And then also too, those of you that are waiting for your truck, or you plan on getting a truck that has this feature, are you going to use it? Is it a feature that you feel that you're going to use all the time? Or is it something that you're not sure about, or if you may not want to use it because of the you're not in control of the vehicle at that point? So let me know in the description below how you feel about it, and hit a like button if you like the video, and if you haven't already and you want to, hit the subscribe. All right, I still got a lot more F-150 content on the way. I got this upgrade right now for the and under the hood that's supposed to be coming in today, so I'll do that video hopefully this weekend and post that on Monday, hopefully Monday. We'll see when this video drops. Then a couple of days after that, I'll be dropping that video. But stay tuned, and I'll see you on the next one.